best way to get enough protein when you're pregnant isn't the same for everyone, so let's talk about it. While there are some tried and true staples that are going to really give your body what it needs, those don't work for everyone, even though those things are needed for a healthy uterus and a healthy fetus. So your provider has probably already talked to you about some standard nutrition and information that you need during pregnancy. The problem is not all of that stuff is up to date. And what research has been showing is that the nutrients needed in pregnancy are actually significantly higher than estimated. And this is true of protein and other things like choline and folate, but really just gonna focus on the protein right now. So if you're someone like me who has really severe meat aversions or smell aversions or even food aversions, this can be a really big challenge to, feel nauseous and be told the solution is to eat protein, but the smell of cooking meat makes you gag, or it's just really hard to eat. Like, I grew up as a person who did not eat enough protein at all, and I basically only liked chicken, roast beef, like the sliced roast beef from the deli, and gosh, did I like anything else? I liked bacon, right? Like really crispy bacon. Everything else just kind of made me sick, and it got worse in early pregnancy when I had that nausea and vomiting of pregnancy. It's also a problem if you're vegetarian or vegan, because a lot of the things that your body really does need aren't as available, or they're not available in a vegan form. Usually it's not as much of a problem for vegetarian diets. But let's talk about some of the things that you can do when you're pregnant. In the first half of your pregnancy, so like up to week 20, you probably need close to 80 grams of protein per day. And as you get into the second half of your pregnancy, you probably need 100. Now there are some variations, but those are good standard guidelines, right? So how can you do that? I have a few ideas for you if you are averse to some of these meats. So number one is, for breakfast, you could have a slice of toast and eggs. I know it's not a vegan option. It might be really worth talking to your doctor about how you can get enough glycine and collagen if you are vegan, and how you can get enough B9. Okay, B12. Okay, so a slice of toast with 2 eggs is going to give you 22 grams of protein. Then later on for the day, you could have a snack, an apple and almonds, giving you an additional 6 grams of protein. For lunch, you could make a broccoli cheddar soup with bone broth. And here's a nice little hack. If you buy one that's bone broth, not stock, you don't actually have to make it. You could buy that in the store. I get mine from Costco. You can make it yourself, or it's much more affordable if you make it yourself. Maybe even your partner could do it for you, like when you're not home, so you don't have to see all of the good stuff that's giving you the nutrients you need. For a snack, you could have yogurt and berries. I recommend like a full fat or like a Greek yogurt, because it's a whole food, right? We don't want to break down our foods too much. It's going to give you an additional 14 grams. And here's my personal favorite. You might not like it, but if you eat chicken, eating half of a Chipotle chicken burrito with black beans is going to give you about 26 grams of protein, and that puts you at 87 grams for the day. So yes, this is only a sample for one day, but there are actually a lot of foods that can give you the protein that you need. You just have to be aware of making sure that your body is getting enough glycine, and can you take that in supplement form if you absolutely cannot eat the meat off of the bone or those slow cooked meats at this point in your pregnancy. And give it a try. Don't make yourself sick, but give your body, give your baby, give your uterus the protein that it needs to have a healthy experience. If you have more questions, let me know. I'm Stephanie Mello, your digital doula.